right into conversation with Nephtali. I'm glad she got to see the class, and there she is. This is her first time meeting.
Hey, what's going on, Queen Nephtali?
She's on mute. I think I don't know if she hears us. She's
on
on
unmute. She'll see it soon. Probably watching the playback.
Nephtali. I don't know if she doesn't know she's on. Somebody tell Nephtali, type in the chat she's on. She's on. She may be back.
It was a 7-second delay.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Oh.
Yeah.
Very low though, right?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I hear you now.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hear you, but can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Hopefully you're not listening to the playback.
Can you hear me? Okay. Okay.
So make sure you're getting direct listen right from the Zoom into your speakers. Go for it. Yeah. It's okay. So just go ahead and switch from listening to the playback to directly from Zoom. Yeah, she hears it. It's just there's a 7-second delay. She'll get it. Go for it. As soon as you got it going, Naphtali, just go ahead and put your camera back on, and we'll be rocking. Yeah, buddy. Boom. What's up with everybody at home? Y'all ready for tomorrow's premiere? If you've seen it already, it's the NASA Case exclusive video mini movie. You know what I mean? kppodcraft.com is the official website. Be sure to tune into that website to see the calendar for upcoming shows. Also includes the Wednesday Royal Priesthood Wednesdays show that goes on. We're on every Sunday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard. So yeah, stay up to date with that. If you guys want to submit songs for the song promotion segment, goes on every episode on Sundays and Thursdays. You can submit for that at any time. So that goes good. Song promotion segment. If you guys do any kind of music yourself, want to get some song promotion, after we air it, you're free to clip it and put it on TikTok and Instagram and all that to further promote yourself. Just be sure you put hashtag Killer Priest Podcraft. Hey, there she is. Yeah, she's good.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear us?
I can hear you guys now.
Nice, nice. All right, no problem. We've got Tehuti coming back on camera right here. And boom. There he is. He's getting his sunglasses on.
Sunglasses.
I mean his spectacles.
I'll look at her on the screen up here, so I don't need the glasses. Okay. Is she on our time?
Yes, she can hear us.
Live? Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Greetings, peace. Can you hear?
Hey, most high bless to everybody. How are you all doing?
Hey, greetings, peace. Doing wonderful. Focus.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with this. I can't even find my notes and stuff, but it's fine. You gotta bear with me.
It's all good.
Peace, doing wonderful, excellent, and focus. Can you hear me, Nephtali, in real time as I'm talking?
Yeah.
Okay, we got her.
I got it.
Okay. All right, peace. Are doing great, excellent, wonderful. Just finished a class on the origins of algebra, and feel great. This is my first time meeting or interacting with you.
Thanks for talking with me. I didn't know you was going to be doing a presentation. I wish we could have done something a little sooner because it's a little late on my time, but
Okay.
I did enjoy your presentation. It's almost 11 o'clock here, so it's pretty much 11 o'clock here, so it's pretty late for me.
Oh, okay. Yes, I had informed Killer Priest. I said, even from before we even knew it was you that was going to speak, I said, whoever comes up, I'll do the presentation and then they can speak afterwards. And then his message back to me was you wondering what I was going to speak on?
He did say that. He sent me the message. He said that you were going to do a presentation, but today he told me that you were not. So I said, okay. Then he came back and said, oh, he is going to do a presentation. So I was like, okay. So you did say that. So I do have to acknowledge that you did, but I wasn't prepared today though. But that's cool. You know, I did enjoy your presentation on the evidence of where algebra came from, its origins and things like that, and how you broke it down and how you said it all originated with Kemet. And so I'm gonna let you. Like I said, I don't know how to work this, so I don't know how to find my notes. I don't want to kick myself off.
Do you have notes that are going to be on screen? Did you want to do a screen share?
I just like to be able to refer to them,
like
look at myself, because all I see everything. I see, you know, the chat, the summary, AI. I see all that down there, but I don't see like my Google taskbar. How about that?
You know what we can do, AD? Were you gonna say something, AD? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do you have a start button on your keyboard?
I do.
If you hit that, your taskbar will pop up.
And it did. Okay, so let me.
There's an engineer somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Help me out. Help me out.
That's why I get paid the big bucks.
Oh man.
Okay, let's see. That was what I needed. Thank you.
No problem.
She's locked and loaded.
And I just needed access to that. That's what I needed. Okay. All right. So yes, I came up. I wanted to speak with you. Thank you so much for speaking with me. Those who don't know me, I'm Nephtali Israel. I am what you would call a Hebrew Israelite, non-affiliated. So I just have a couple of questions for you. So do you actually believe in the Egyptians' creation narrative? And do you actually worship their gods?
And before, just out of respect for the supporters, before we get to that, let me give a shout. Oh, 80. I don't know if we missed one, but there's one right here. Shout out to Crip Jesus. To thank Crip Jesus. Crip, like the gang Crip and Jesus? Okay, shout out to Crip Jesus. $1.99. Peace to the divine family, Blue Gang. I guess he's a Crip. Okay, Blue Gang and
Crip Jesus.
There's all kind of things happening here. Yeah, shout out to Crip Jesus and thank you for the supports to the Killer Priest Podcraft. Oh, peace and blessings to you. Yes. Okay. I'm back, Nephtali.
Yeah, we can always do super chats at the end. Do you know what I'm saying? We like to make them wait.
Oh, you like to make them wait?
Yeah.
Okay, you're the engineer. You know how to the system, right?
Super chats come in. We do the presentation show, and then we'll come back and then we can acknowledge everybody.
Super chats. We're gonna read you all after when AD says so.
After we're done, yeah.
After we're done. Okay, Naphtali, you were talking about Egyptian creation.
Yeah, I was just wondering, just trying to get a little bit of your background. Just wanted to know, do you actually take the actual Egyptian narrative as the origin, or do you say it's allegorical? And do you actually worship the Egyptian gods?
Oh, good question. The narrative of what exactly?
Their creation story.
Oh, yes. Thank you for asking, Neftali. And there are multiple creation stories. They're actually not called creation stories, but there's multiple stories of what's considered as Kepara, which is evolution, how things come to be. And yes, and as far as the Natiru, you asked, do I worship? You can put us both on 80. She's been waiting a long time. I don't want to. I
Oh,
don't want
he's fine showing you that. I don't mind.
okay.
But yeah, that's cool.
Yes, and as far as Natiru, yes, I worship Natiru in all forms, including my family, my students, including any aspect, because most people don't know what Natiru is actually. So the answer is yes, for the assumption of what people may think Natiru is, but because it covers a vast amount of things, yes, I gave my henus in praise and worship uh, every morning and throughout the day.
So to all the gods, you pretty much worship them. You believe them, you believe in those gods. That's what I just want to make sure I understand.
Yeah. So the and I'll screen share as the conversation gets going, but we acknowledge multiple things as netter. So it wasn't a set of things called gods that are netter, but there are multiple things. The symbol was actually an axe symbol, and it represented biological imperative and the ability to hunt and protect yourself, which is a polarity. Two things: a weapon that can kill for you, and a weapon that can bring food to you, and a weapon that you can use to fight with. And things that were of power were labeled with that axe, called a netter. So not necessarily just gods. Ramesses is a netter. Senuseret is a netter. Aset was a netter. And many aspects of reality are netter to us. Yes.
So what about the supernatural? Do you take that, or are you saying like the literal uh pharaohs? Or I mean, like, do you actually believe in the supernatural gods? Like they came down, these deities.
I teach there is a group from the Taurine Papyrus,
Hmm.
which were here in the time of the Zep Tepi. That's what our ancestors teach.
Hmm.
And they were extremely natural. It's actually where the word nature comes from. The Greek word neter is a word for power, which is exactly what the word neter it means in Meduneter. So the word natural or nature is actually a Meduneter word. It's actually the word neter. And beings that were extremely in tuned with the nature around them, they would be considered supernature. They were extremely natural. Yes.
It's extremely natural. Okay.
Hmm. Which would appear to be almost superhero like to a regular person, but stories that are common throughout Africa.
So you say they're extremely natural. So that means that they're not supernatural, but they're, because I'm trying to get an understanding of, do you believe in the supernatural, these deities? Do you believe that they actually came down and gave knowledge
Well,
and all of that?
yes,
So, but it
yes.
sounds more like to me that you take on the narrative of probably like an evolutionist, pretty much. Is that?
Oh, so the back to supernatural, and you were saying that you thought, what about supernatural versus extreme? What were you saying about that again? Repeat that part.
Well, I'm just saying, like, these beings are what people would consider to be like the Greeks, these, like they would consider them to be like mythical beings, you know what I'm saying? Like the most high, you know what I'm saying? Like a supernatural power that stands outside of, our realm, not mankind, not anything that's mortal, not anything
Hmm.
that's elevated, not anything that's considered to be, higher, I guess, stronger mentally, but something that's supernatural that's not of this world, I guess you
Okay,
could.
so super does mean very. Like if you did super good on your test, you did very good. You did a super job. A superb job is from the root word of superb. Something that is very natural can be something that is intelligent in a way that we can't understand. Absolutely. Such as your understanding of intelligence may come from you having a brain. If there was something that did not have a brain but yet had the ability to function, would you consider that a supreme being? Something about beyond our understanding? It doesn't have a brain, but it's a functioning sentient being. Would that be supernatural to you? No brain.
Well, I don't know about what you mean by brain. I just want to know, like, from the way that the Egyptians deify, they say that these are a being that is not pretty much what we would consider to be a human being. Okay, so I was just wondering, do you deify these deities as if they are? Do you believe in like a higher power? Do you believe in the a
Yes.
god, essentially a god, an actual god, essentially?
Yes.
You put them on the level of a god. I don't want to draw this out because I promise you I want to move on, but I just want to
Yeah,
make sure.
we got to get everything right. So yes, as you go further and further back in time, um, you get sets of beings that are yes not human. Absolutely, you get as you go further back in time in evolution, there are beings that are not human, and there's beings that are also non-physical, and we wouldn't consider them human because all of these terms came about from Europeans that we didn't have a word for. So there's no metanet or Hebrew word for human, right? Is there a Hebrew word for human?
Well,
Human.
when you
That
say
would be hominid, right? Coming from an ape.
so you believe that humans are primates?
I'm asking you, is there a Hebrew word for human? So maybe we should use that word if I believe in that.
Well, I don't.
Because we don't have a
It's
metanet word for human.
well, it's not about human. It's just
Oh,
about just trying to understand. Do you take the evolutionary mind? Do you take? It seems like you're an evolutionist to me. That's what it seems like, and I just want to know. That's all I
I'm
want to know. Do you
yeah,
take?
yeah. I'm
It
not.
sounds like more like you believe in the Big Bang. You believe
Oh,
in
whoa, whoa, whoa.
you take the
Yeah,
scientific narrative. I don't. I mean, it's taking a while. All you gotta do is just say yes.
whoa,
I do.
whoa, whoa. All I
Move
gotta do is
forward.
just say yes. All I
I
gotta
just
do is
said, do
say.
you believe in the the scientific narrative that humans evolved from
Oh, that
a
sounds like a whole
primate?
nother. Wait a minute. First, you asked me, do I believe in the Nibiru supernatural beings? Now you ask me if I believe in the big. If that this means I believe in a Big Bang. How do
No,
those two things
I just
compare?
want to know, do you accept any of it? Do
Yeah.
you
What's?
can say, you can ask me,
Mm-hmm.
do you believe in the Bible? Do you believe in
Mm-hmm.
Genesis 1 as the creation? I'll say yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. See how fast that was? So I say, do you believe that do you believe in the Egyptian gods? You say yes. And then if you do you take on the evolutionary stance, you can say no. It doesn't, you don't have to say yes.
I don't. Yeah. So I don't take on the evolutionary stance because there's no such thing as that. I take on evolution, but there's no the evolutionary stance because evolution existed before there was a stance. Things were evolving before any human said, "Here's the stance." Things were
Okay, so you
evolving. So
take
I
that
don't.
humans where you do take humans evolved from a primordial salty soup like the evolutionists teach.
The humans evolved from a primordial salty soup. No,
Came out of it. That's what the evolutionists teach, that it was a soup that
I
they
don't think they
created.
taught. I don't think they teach that humans evolved from that. They
No,
think
but
humans
that's the
evolved
origins.
from
That's where it
primates.
came. No, but that's where it started. The salty soup. It started there, and then
So
it came out
okay,
of the soup.
yeah. So
However you want to say it, they came out. They were fish. They came, micro, macro, all that good stuff.
okay,
So
yes.
you agree with all that?
I don't know if I agree with all that because there's nothing in my writings about a salty soup. I don't know what that is. I don't know. This is my first time ever hearing of that. Actually, I never knew it had a taste or salt. I never heard of this before, so I don't know. Tell me
Well,
about the salty
the
soup.
salts represent mineral. So a mineral
A
in the
mineral
ocean.
soup. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes. The things evolve. The things come into evolution. Yes. Do I
okay,
believe in the
well, that's
Nibiru?
just interesting. Okay, so you do it. Okay, so it sounds more like to me that you are more of an evolutionist. So
But I won't
that's
be compartmentalized. I won't be called anything with an ist on it.
I
I,
noticed
I,
that. I
I,
noticed that a lot of people don't
I'm
want
not.
to be
Yeah.
they don't want to be labeled anything. They want to be able to be whatever they want to be, and that's okay. But
Oh no,
it,
I do
it
want to be.
all
I do want to be labeled. Ask me what I want to be labeled, and I'll tell you. I do want to be labeled something. I do. I don't want to be labeled an evolutionist because that comes with a baggage of things that my ancestors didn't teach. Do I believe that things can evolve and transform? Yes. Did our ancestors acknowledge that? Yes. They used the word Kepara. Did they call themselves evolutionists? No, they didn't. They call themselves followers of Ma'at.
That's the modern term, but you believe that humans evolve. So you pretty much share the same, I guess, ideology as what we would say these evolutionists teach, pretty much.
I don't know if I share the same theory as every evolutionist. I don't know. You can ask me what.
I don't know. I'm just saying what they have listed as in science. They say that life came from man in the animal kingdom, and human beings are linked to animals. You believe that?
Absolutely. I believe you believe human beings are linked to animals too, right?
Okay, both of us. And billions and millions of years. So, but because it sounds like to me that, with the Egyptians, they say, and let me pull it up because you say you worship their gods.
I had asked you something, Nephtali. Sorry, I asked you. I said both of us believe that human beings are linked to animals, don't we?
No.
No.
No, I do not. There's animal kind, and there's mankind.
Okay, so. Let me just confirm something because maybe I may be confused. Let me just check on something. I'm going to check on something because my what I know may be outdated. So let me just check and see if so humans are not linked to animals. Animals are, what do you say animals are? They're a separate thing from humans?
According to the Bible, yes.
Okay. Let me go ahead and do this. Just so we can be clear. AD, can you screen share? I just want to see something. Just so we can get the understanding from something outside of our belief, not from the Bible or the writings of Ma'at, because none of these invented the word animal. So screen share and let me see if me and Nephtali. She says animals are separate from humans. I say they're the same, but animal, any sentient living creature, including humans. From Latin, animali.
Again? What was that?
I'm reading the definition of the word animal. Any sentient living creature, including humans, from Latin, living being, which breathes. Non-use of neuter of animals from the term animate, living, of air, animate, breathe, soul, a current of air, from ani, which is to breathe. Okay. And you were saying that animals are separate from humans, but the word, the definition
that's according to the so-called scientific narrative. That's what they teach. But according to the Bible, there's animal kind and then there's humankind. I mean, mankind. So it's not the same. When Christ created life, he created animals on a certain day, and he created man at a different time period. And then he said, bring forth after your kind. So there's all a different kind. There's mankind and there's humankind. We're not on the same level. I've had this conversation. I was actually going to do a debate about this. But yeah, that's it. That's the biblical narrative. I stand with the biblical narrative. I don't stand with the doctrine of evolution, which is pretty much a religion.
Okay, because
I don't take on the religion of evolution.
Okay, because you use the word animal. And I gave you
animals are not humans.
I gave you the definition of animal.
Yes, that's according to the so-called science. When we're talking about the Bible, according to the biblical narrative,
we're talking about the Bible.
And humans are not. Yes, the Bible. Yes, I take the biblical narrative. So according to the creation, Genesis 1. I mean, if you put it down, but humans and animals are not of the same genre. No, we're not the same. No, I don't. That's really interesting to me that people want to be the same as an animal. I don't know why.
That's what the word animal is, a living sentient being.
Who told you that? Anybody can say that. That's not the same. You cannot procreate with an animal.
The ones who told me are the ones who created the word, young lady. I believe they created the word animal that you're using, and you're trying to use it and give it another definition other than the word in the dictionary. I'm confused.
Well, the thing is that according to the biblical narrative, humans were created separately from the animals. There's mankind. So you say humans, but there's actually something called mankind in the Bible. And mankind is not the same as an animal. The animals were made to serve the human beings, or mankind. They were here to serve us. They are not on the same level as us. We are the authority of the animal.
Maybe mankind. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was just saying we did not come from them. That is not the story of the biblical narrative. We were not created from them, and they were not created from us. We are completely separate.
Maybe mankind is different from the word that you really want to use, which is not animal. I just showed you the word animal. Maybe you want to use another word like hayim. Do you want to use another word? Because you can't use animal. That's in the dictionary.
I'm not trying to get too technical because that's not even
technical.
my argument. I just wanted to know, do you believe that, do you believe in the actual narrative of the Egyptians? And right now it sounded like to me that you don't take on their narrative at all. It sounds like to me that you take on more of this so-called scientific narrative.
Okay.
And you take bits and pieces from them, but you really don't believe in what they actually are teaching. You take aspects of it, but you believe all of it's primarily allegorical. How about that? And that's not even my argument. I just wanted to get an understanding because I was actually going to be talking with you about the gods and about how the Bible actually, your narrative is pretty much teaching on that the Egyptians worship these deities and they had this knowledge. And I was actually going to bring out how the Bible actually explains that in the book of Enoch, that these angels came down and they provided knowledge to man. So that doesn't disagree with what the biblical narrative is. It actually proves the Bible. The book of Enoch speaks on how they gave them knowledge, gave them, and exactly to give you the actual information that they tell you. I got to learn how to work this. I'm going to prove that. 1 second. Keep losing where my stuff is. There it is.
Nephtali?
I'm here.
Hey, can you hear me good?
Yeah, hear you just fine.
Okay, so I want to go back to the biblical understanding. So you do concede that we are animals according to the definition of the word that you brought into the conversation. You do concede that we are animals according to...
No, we're not animals, no.
Can you show me a definition of the word animal on the screen to disprove that, please? I'll wait for a minute.
I take the biblical narrative, so I don't agree with that. That is a theory.
Can you show me...
That there is no proof to... That is a theory that is theorized in evolution that humans are animals. However, according to the Bible, we are mankind, and mankind were created separately from the animals.
Okay.
So I don't know why that's hard to understand.
That's just hard to understand because you're using a word and then trying to tell me that it has some other meaning than what the dictionary says. Do you have a Hebrew definition of animal where you could pull up the Hebrew word for animal where it says nothing to do with man? Is there some type of other word? What's the word you're trying to use? Because it's not animal.
It's interesting when you're ready to utilize what something says and then you want to you pick and choose when you want to hold something firm that the so-called scholars say, right? Like you don't like the fact that they age Egypt as, 3,100 years. You disagree with that. Just because they state something doesn't necessarily mean it's, and according to you, I was listening to your teaching, you made sure to say, hey, even though they tell you this, doesn't mean that that's true. Anybody can come up with any type of, definition or, anybody can come up with any type of, like you said, with the 3,100 years, you don't agree with it. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, different topic. What's the Hebrew word for animal again? I didn't catch that part.
The Hebrew word for animal?
Yeah, what's that again? So I could see that it has nothing to do with a person. Since you don't like the word animal, because the word animal is a word that has a definition. So since we're not going to use that word, since the Hebrew has some other word that has nothing to do with a human, what's that word for me,
I
please?
don't know why you're sticking to the word, the Hebrew, when it actually clearly tells you in English that it's mankind is where man was created.
Oh, we're back to we're back to English
Mankind,
definitions.
well, mankind is Adam. So that's
We're
what it says,
we're we're
according to.
we're going by English definitions now.
I never said that's what we're speaking in.
Okay, so since we're speaking that, what's the definition of animal, please, in English that we're speaking in?
Let me provide that for you.
In English, please. I just showed it.
I'm gonna provide it to you in the Hebrew.
Oh, we're going to the Hebrew. Okay, so we're not going by what's in English anymore.
Well, I gave you mankind, and you said that when you looked up mankind, what did you receive?
No. We're discussing a word called animal. That's the word we're discussing.
And I'm telling you
I
in
don't
the
want to leave
Bible,
that word. I don't want to leave that word.
you're talking about the word human, and I said that we're actually mankind.
Yeah, you said we're not animals. I looked on the word animal, and you're wanting now to move away from the word animal. So I said, even use the word animal in Hebrew. What's that word? And we're still waiting for you to proceed with that word. Oh, but while you're looking for that, Nephtali, what is?
Okay, so let's look up animal in Hebrew for you.
Okay, yes.
Let's do that.
I wonder if it's the word hayim.
It says Haya, Haya.
Oh, hayim. Hey.
No, Haya.
Hey. What does the word haya mean?
It means animal and beast.
The word
animal and beast.
What's the word for life in Hebrew?
Life in Hebrew.
Yeah, you know how you see Jews, they wear this emblem on them. It's a ha and it's a yod. It's a cha and a yod, and they wear this emblem on their neck. What is that word? I was told it was hayim. Haya.
Well, it's hayim, Hayim.
That's
M, and then haya is animal, Haya.
What's the first word? How do you spell the first word? Is what?
Hay.
Hay.
I am is life.
Is that plural? The I am, the yod am in Hebrew makes things plural. Is that correct?
Well, hayim means life. Yes.
Hi would be hayim singular.
It says hayim.
And what's this?
Life, livelihood.
What's the other word? Hi.
Yes.
So hi, and the other word is hayim with a yim at the end, and yim in Hebrew makes things plural. Is that correct?
I guess so.
So one is life and one is lives. Is that right?
Well, the thing is, an animal is a living creature. So yes, I would have to agree with you on that. It's a living creature. It's alive. Doesn't mean that it came from a the same thing as a living creature is an insect. An insect, a fly, anything is a living creature. Anything that's alive is livelihood. So they're talking about stuff that's alive.
So there's no word in English. The word in English for animal also includes humans. And we went to the Hebrew, and the word for animal is living beings, which also includes humans.
The difference between what you're saying is an animal a human being? An animal is not a human being. That's
no. I said, are we animals? We are animals.
No. We are living creatures.
Oh.
By definition, we all live. We all are livelihood. We all live upon this earth. We all are alive. But guess what? We are not of the same. No, we're not. To make sure you understand, do you need me to break it down a little bit for you? You can break
it down, as long as you use the word. As long as you use the word.
You have a living creature that's alive that needs to be up on the earth. So when we go to the Genesis narrative, let me bring up the Genesis narrative. Yes. Allow me to do that for you. Let me get that for you.
Is this also because we can't have babies?
I'm going to tell you what the Genesis narrative says.
Okay. And when you use the Genesis narrative, please tell me the word for animal, because we just discussed the word for animal.
I did say the word for animal.
Is the same word for people, living beings.
They're beasts. They're living creatures. The Genesis narrative tells you very clearly.
So I'm just dealing with what the word means. What is the word for animal that doesn't apply to a human? Hayim applies to people too. Man became a living thing. That's a hayim. That's plural. The same word.
The Bible makes sure you understand what it is. Let me tell you. Let me read it to you.
Okay.
So it says right here. 1 second. All right. So he says here in Genesis 1, right here on the 24th, it says, and God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and the creeping thing and the